President Trump promised to end the Ukraine war within 24 hours. 2 days into his presidency, the world is still waiting. Is this the calm before a masterful diplomatic breakthrough? Today we explore Trump's strategy and why, despite the challenges, there's hope he could deliver peace in one of the most complex conflicts of our time. Before we dive in, we want to hear from you. Can Trump deliver on his bold promise to end the war in Ukraine? Drop your thoughts in the comments and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our in-depth geopolitical breakdowns. The Ukraine war isn't just a regional conflict, it's a tangled web of historical tensions, territorial disputes, and global power plays. Any resolution must address Ukraine's sovereignty. The war has solidified Ukraine's national identity in ways unimaginable before 2014. However, ensuring territorial integrity is a monumental task. Crimea's annexation remains a sore point, and the Donbas region is rife with separatist sentiments fueled by Russian support. Ukraine's leadership has been clear. There will be no peace without justice, which includes holding Russia accountable and returning occupied territories. Russia's strategic goals. Putin's ambitions are not just about Ukraine, they're about reasserting Russia's sphere of influence and challenging the Western-led world order. Moscow views Ukraine's alignment with NATO and the EU as a direct threat to its security. A peace deal must balance these concerns to avoid future escalations. NATO's unity. Trump's promise to end the war offers hope to millions, but this isn't a conflict solved by sheer willpower. His approach, though unorthodox, may offer the fresh perspective needed to navigate these challenges. The Ukraine war is evolving daily. Troop movements, shifting alliances, and economic sanctions create a dynamic landscape. Trump's deliberate pace could reflect a desire to gather the most accurate intelligence before making his move. Maintaining leverage. Trump's unpredictability has always been a hallmark of his leadership. By staying silent, he keeps allies and adversaries guessing, potentially forcing both Ukraine and Russia to prepare for compromises. This silence might be a strategic tool to draw out concessions. Setting the stage. Trump's leadership style often builds suspense for maximum impact. His eventual move, whether a peace proposal or decisive military strategy, could dominate headlines and reinforce his image as a dealmaker. Critics may call this inaction, but history shows that Trump thrives under pressure. Trump's unique relationships and transactional approach could offer opportunities for breakthrough diplomacy. With Russia, Trump's rapport with Putin could open channels for direct negotiations. By framing potential deals as mutually beneficial, for instance, phased sanctions relief tied to verifiable troop withdrawals, he might secure progress without sacrificing accountability. The challenge lies in navigating Putin's perception of weakness versus strength, something Trump has historically balanced with his unpredictable style. With Ukraine, Trump's reputation as a negotiator may allow him to propose creative solutions, perhaps a new framework for international guarantees that ensure Ukrainian sovereignty while exploring pathways for localized autonomy in contested regions. Economic rebuilding initiatives could also sweeten the deal for Kyiv. Zelensky's government needs tangible wins to justify compromise, and Trump's willingness to rally both NATO allies and private sector investments could provide exactly that. These relationships, controversial as they may be, could unlock diplomatic possibilities that conventional strategies have failed to achieve. Trump's decisions will ripple across the globe, shaping the geopolitical landscape for decades. Domestic politics' success would validate Trump's promise to lead through strength and strategy, potentially revitalizing his domestic support base and redefining his legacy as a peacemaker. On the flip side, any perceived misstep, even a temporary one, would fuel critics eager to label his foreign policy as reckless or overly simplistic. NATO's role. Trump's transactional leadership style could inject energy into NATO reform, pushing for greater burden sharing while addressing inefficiencies. A stronger, more cohesive NATO not only supports Ukraine but also deters other threats, particularly from Russia and China. China's position. Beijing's subtle backing of Russia adds another layer of complexity. Trump's focus on rebuilding U.S. manufacturing and securing energy independence could blunt China's leverage in the global economy, indirectly undermining its ability to support Moscow. Additionally, reinforcing alliances with Japan, South Korea, and Australia would send a clear signal to Beijing about America's commitment to global stability. The stakes couldn't be higher. Success would reassert U.S. leadership globally, while failure could embolden rivals. What outcomes are on the horizon? Let's explore 3 plausible scenarios. 1. Breakthrough ceasefire. Trump secures a deal with measurable outcomes, troop withdrawals, neutral zones, and international monitoring. This scenario would underscore his reputation as a dealmaker while reinforcing U.S. leadership on the world stage. 1. Prolonged stalemate. The conflict de-escalates without a definitive resolution, creating a fragile peace where tensions simmer beneath the surface. While not ideal, it could provide breathing room for longer-term solutions, a step up from the chaos. 1. Diplomatic setback. A failed effort could weaken Ukraine's position or alienate key allies. However, Trump's resilience and focus on rebuilding U.S. influence could still yield indirect benefits, such as demonstrating to adversaries that the U.S. remains engaged and capable of exerting pressure. In every scenario, one thing remains clear. Trump's approach will leave an indelible mark on this pivotal conflict and the broader geopolitical order. Trump's promise to end the Ukraine war in 24 hours was bold. Now the world watches to see if he can deliver. Can this unorthodox approach create peace where others have failed? We remain hopeful that it can. What's your take? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching America's Geopolitics. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more in-depth geopolitical insights.